I think we can all agree that it only makes sense for people to be paid for the work that they do, right? Like, we can all agree on that, no objections whatsoever. But what if I told you at certain times that's actually kind of a backwards way of thinking? And I'm going to explain why right now. But first, if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you've never seen my face or never seen one of my videos, my name is McKenna. I own a digital media company called Studio SB Creatives, and today I want to talk about 3 times when it's okay to work for free. And that's for experience, opportunity, and passion. So let's break down these 3 ways a little bit. And I'm going to do it speaking from the perspective of a creative. So, talking about the first one, working for free for experience. What do I mean by that? If you're just starting out in some creative area, you might not have the skill set for paid work. And that's not to say that it won't come along or that you won't be able to obtain paid work for that certain skill. But what I mean is that you shouldn't be afraid to work for free to develop that skill and work towards getting paid jobs. For example, people don't just buy a starter camera on Amazon or from a camera shop and then immediately start booking $3, $4, $5,000 plus wedding gigs. That's just not how that happens. It could, surely, you could get extremely lucky and you could get an opportunity like that, but more than likely, you're going to get hired based on your skill level. And if you're just starting out or you don't really know what you're doing, just work for free. Get the practice in, and as you develop that skill, paid work will come along, or people will ask what you charge, and you will get paid work that way because they've seen that you can execute a job to a certain standard that they would be willing to pay for. It's really that simple. And working for experience doesn't mean that you also have to be new at whatever you're doing. You could be a lifetime long photographer, been doing it 10 plus years, but you could have been focused on a very specific niche. If you've been doing something for so long, or it's like the one thing you've only ever done, and you want to transition into something else, don't be afraid to work for free. Think about nature photographers. They're out there shooting animals from 100 feet away. Now, say that photographer wants to try out product photography. Sure, they have a really good understanding of camera settings and how a camera works, but they're not used to working in a studio setup. Like, they are not used to lighting and how to make things look a certain way. And if that opportunity came along, maybe they should work for free to develop that skill or practice at home and not get paid for the work that they're doing. When I say work for free, I don't necessarily mean client work. There's a client out there and they're willing to pay for it. Take their money. But if you're trying to learn a new skill, don't be afraid to work for free. Don't be afraid to just try it out and practice it and get better until you feel like you are at a level where you can start charging people to do that type of work. So that's all I mean about working for experience. If you're not comfortable with what you're doing yet, or you don't think that your work is good enough to get paid, or that you just feel too uncertain about the work that you're doing, just practice, work for free. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt anybody else. Take advantage of building that skill and then use what you've learned to your advantage to get more paid work and clients. So the second point that you should work for free is for opportunity. Now, I actually talked about something I did for free a couple months ago in a previous video where I went out and shot a golf course. The reason that I did that was for the opportunity that shooting that one course might bring to me. Has it brought anything to me yet? No. But I'm not mad that I did that work for free and was able to put that specific content in my portfolio to say that I've done it. Because if I get the opportunity to work with more golf clients and they're like, hey, do you have any experience shooting golf content? Because I worked for free and wasn't worried about getting paid for the work I was doing, I can now say, yes, I have shot this. Here's a couple examples. And then, they'll be like, okay, so what do you charge for this? It wouldn't translate the same if they came to me and they're like, do you have any experience shooting golf course content? And I'm like, no, but I've shot a lot of mountain ranges and beaches. Like, how does that translate? I've done wedding photography and portrait photography. that could carry over a little bit. But people want to see that you have actual experience in a certain thing before they pay you to do it. And working for free to get the experience under your belt of shooting a specific item, product, type of content, whatever, will help you book more clients like that or more people in that niche that will pay you for the work. So when it comes to working for opportunity, just because you can get paid doesn't necessarily mean that you should. It's kind of falls into the same reasoning for working for experience. You know, they are very similar, but when you work for opportunity, you work with the intent that you're just filling up your portfolio, where it's like you don't need the experience of practicing shooting this specific thing. It's just shooting a specific thing so that you can shoot that specific thing more often. That's like a really weird way of explaining it, but I think that that will kind of get the point across. So moving into the third time that it's okay to work for free, passion. You've probably heard the quote that goes something like, work a job that you love so much you would do it for free. And that's kind of where this way works its way into this conversation. When it comes to being a creative, there are going to be times when you are super, super ambitious, or you have this super grand idea that you just want to execute perfectly because it just speaks to you from such a deep part in your soul. And that is when you should work for free when it comes to passion. Like, if you care so deeply about doing something, just do it. Don't worry about getting paid for it. Don't worry about, getting funded in any way. Just take whatever your vision is and bring it to life by any means necessary. Because there is so much more gratification in bringing that vision to life than I think money could ever give to you. Like, as a creative, passion is a huge driving force behind why people do what they do. Like, you don't just seek a career in doing something creative because you don't want to do something else. You make your creativity into a career because you want that freedom to be able to take whatever is in your head or in your heart and put it out into the world. And if you're doing it solely for financial gain, there's like a 90% chance that you're already doing it for the wrong reasons. Now, that's not to say that there are some forms of creative work that can be strictly financial. Like, speaking from experience, I've talked about this in a couple videos. I am a real estate photographer 99% of the time. And when it comes to that, it's more of a science. Like, yes, I am using a camera, and yes, I have to use a creative eye at certain times, and at certain times I get to be more creative than at other times. But 90% of the time, it's basically a formula that I follow to get decent pictures so that people can sell their houses. When it comes to stuff like that, sure, I get it. Not a whole lot of vision behind it, like you're just showing up to do a specific job just like anybody else. But if you see something that is like truly inspiring to you and you want to recreate that, you have like a super vivid dream about something, or you just have this grandiose idea that pops into your head one day and you're like, oh my God, I would love to do that. Go do that thing. Don't worry about all the details. Don't worry about getting compensated for it. Just go out there and make yourself happy by doing that thing. Like I said, the gratification that you will get from bringing that vision to life far exceeds any form of monetary compensation. So with that being said, it's kind of a short one for you today, but that's pretty much all I've got for you. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you want to talk about any of the topics I discussed in this video, go ahead and leave me a comment. Let's talk about it. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my face or videos like this or whatever crazy adventures I get up to in the future, because there will be some crazy adventures in the future. And with that being said, I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you on the next one.